Let's
All
go.
right, let's dig right into it, bro. All right, so do you think that
What's up?
should the prison system that we have currently now should they be responsible for rehabilitating the inmates?
That's a
They
good
should be.
question.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think that's what they're supposed to do? That's what their intentions and everything. I mean, what do you think?
Well, yes. I'm just go ahead and say yes
Okay, okay,
because
okay.
let's go into it. Because okay, you have the men and women
Mm-hmm.
that's going to prison. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of them suffer from addiction, drug addiction, different things, and then you locking them up, and what? They just gonna get 3 meals a day. That's it. A little
Mm-hmm.
rec time.
Mm-hmm.
They if we can cultivate what's going on inside of them, maybe what caused the addiction, or help them get off of it so they can maybe contribute to society and contribute to their lives, because a lot of them that come in the prison system,
Mm-hmm.
they have families, they
Mm-hmm.
have kids or whatever. So we see in the prison system a lot of inmates do that vicious circle.
Yeah.
But some do get degrees out of prison. Some get their GEDs out of prison.
Mm-hmm.
Some, once they get out of prison, do go legit and start businesses and help other people
Yeah.
that might be going down that path.
This is
So,
true. This
should
is true.
we rehabilitate them? At least attempt to.
Yeah.
Yes. And I don't know your argument. I don't
Uh,
care about the private prisons. I don't care about
mhm.
you might say it's more tax dollars. They constantly building prisons, and private industries are taking over this because it's big business.
Mhm.
Let's try to see what we can do with the rehabilitation process. Now,
Well,
you go.
well, I have just, I guess, a few questions about that. So, you're saying we should put our money together, meaning
Hmm.
taxpayers, and pay for the rehabilitating inmate, meaning they did wrong on the outside
Yeah.
because they were free at first.
Yeah.
So now we need to give them free education, free mental health, free even coming up with a trade or anything like that. Because when they were younger, they had free education too, right? Didn't they?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
if they went to public school, they had free education. It was given to them then, and they didn't receive it like they should have. So
Right.
by you think that by them going to prison to be rehabilitated, that would in turn help them out because beforehand they wasn't paying attention, but now they're going to pay attention since they're in that system.
Okay. Look, I got a question for you, and people in the comments, family, congregation, y'all let us know. Chime in on this right here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've known or had a family member that actually went to prison.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about just jail for
Oh yeah, I got two
three
cousins
months or
right now.
whatever.
Two
But
cousins in
when they
prison.
go in prison and they come out,
Mm-hmm.
or if you visit them while they're in prison, man, I done read 200 books. Do you know this, this, this? Sometimes, Kane, I'll say this. When they get into that environment, regardless of what circumstance they grew up, because we're not going to just say, because my dad wasn't there or my mom wasn't there,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I got into this. I'm not, forget all of those excuses,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
That does play a part in it. But when they go to prison, they done did something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
They start reading. It's nothing else to do, and
Well,
they
not
know about
just like you say that,
everything.
but not everybody conforms to reading a book and getting an education. Because some stay
They do.
plugging. Some,
Yeah. Well,
they know
some
that
of
they're
them.
not going to get out no time soon. So what's the point? But we still
Yes,
need to
but even
rehabilitate these people, right? We need to spend the money. They can go get the degrees and get the trades, and knowing that they
Kane,
can't get out until the next 20 years.
Kane, but all of them don't partake in it.
I
So,
know,
um,
but it's still funded though. They have money for this.
Yes, yes, yes. But I'm gonna tell you this, and let's look at this point of view
Uh,
too. If we have money, okay, you saying it's taking taxpayers' money and all that.
well, state
They take
funded ones, yeah.
taxpayers' monies and do everything
Yeah.
with.
Mhm.
Okay, money's still going. They're trying to right now. They're trying to send more money to Ukraine or
Oh,
whatever.
well,
That has nothing to do with what's going on over here.
I
I'm
get
just
that. I
saying,
get that.
if we have
I'm just
money
talking
to do
about the
that,
budget.
we
When they sit down and talk about their budget, right? They got money for foreign affairs. They got money for local affairs,
yes,
right? That local affair
yes,
money is already allocated to the prison system. So,
yes. But what I'm making, the point I'm trying to make with that, what I just said
mhm,
is even if it's foreign affair money, all of these millions and potential billions of dollars that's going various places,
mhm.
we still need to help what's going on in the United States in this
Yeah,
country.
yeah, I get it.
Whether it may be infrastructure, but we're talking about the prison system,
Yes,
and we cannot just house people
but that's what we're doing.
and not do anything
Well, look
to
at it.
try
Look
to
at it like this.
help them.
Can you? I don't know. In the comments, you guys, y'all, I want to hear y'all opinion about this. Should we? I understand that the idea behind it is all right. Let's rehabilitate these inmates so when they do get out, they
Try.
can conform to the society norms. Right? You want them to be able to function out there in society, not just leave them out there hanging because then they'll revert back. I get that. I get that. Um, but we do the same thing with people that are not doing well with as far as an income. We pay for that. Healthcare, we pay for that, right? We pay for all these different things for people who messed up or didn't get the, I guess, silver spoon or whatever you want to call it, or whatever. Something happened in their life and they're down in their luck, but we still fund that too. So this is, I think, in the same sense where we're still funding them so they can progress in life, right? The people that's out, we funding that, and the people that's in, we funding that. We can continue to do so. Is it working? And we've been doing it for years. Is it working? Do
I
you think
don't
it's
I don't
working?
know the I don't know the statistic on that.
Mhm,
But whether it's working or not,
mhm.
and I'm gonna need this right here from you. I said yes. So are you for it or are you against it?
I I don't know. I think we need more layers to it, not just.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I
You
think
got
I
to be
think
a
we do.
politician. You got to be
Because
a
if I say yeah, let's just do it, then money's just thrown over there, and there's no oversight on it. It's just thrown over there. If you do this, then for the government or for the state that you're in turn, you will get this. So it's like a trade off. You know, I'm not quite sure, and people probably will tell me in the comments or whatever. But like, all right, well, if you're doing this particular task for the state, the trade off is getting that education and that experience in that particular. That even trade off versus just here you go. It's out there. The classes are there. Attend them, and they just have the classes. They have.
attend them. And well, we don't have the statistics for that.
Uh-huh.
But Kane, what you're proposing still would be to have these people locked up not doing anything but getting a little rec time. Now you do have those career men and women that just try to, they took out weights in a lot of the prisons
Mm-hmm.
because hey, some of these people were getting way twice the size of the guards,
Mm-hmm.
and they was career criminals coming out and they practicing tactics on how to avoid the taser and different tactics like that, how they're gonna hurt people or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they had to readjust. But it is, I'll say, a good amount of prisoners that get into these programs. Mental health. We know a lot of people around the states that's walking around that's not locked up
They
have
don't
mental
take they
health
don't take
issues
advantage of it either, and they need it.
and
So
have
now
mental
you're
health
you're
issues,
making
definitely in the prison.
you're funding this money to people that may or may not take it, right? But
Right,
they still get
right.
paid. Those mental health providers still get paid regardless if
Yeah.
they show up or not.
Well, but they trying to provide a service. You cannot make
Nope,
uh,
you sure can't.
a person. We both know that
Mm-hmm.
take those services.
Yeah.
Even though when they're on that medication, the people who I've seen that takes medication for the mental health issues
Hmm.
act different, act different, and seem like they put together good, but you can definitely tell when they stop taking it or they don't ran out. It's problems.
Hmm.
So I still have to be for trying to rehabilitate our men and women that's in the institutions
Yeah.
uh,
And
locked up.
with me, I think it's a trade off. So if I'm gonna fund you to eat, sleep, house, especially if it's state run, if it's private, it's different. But if it's state run, federally ran, or whatever, if I'm gonna feed you and give you a trade and give you this mental health, what do I get in return from the inmate?
And
You know what I mean? Like I want to
okay,
get, you
from the
know,
inmate.
yeah,
So
from the inmate. I
you're
want you.
actually talking about maybe a contract then. This
Well,
sound
I'm
like contractual
because
based,
they got it. They're getting all this education and this time, this experience, and all of that. Then they'll be working for the state, working for the federal government, doing something that will even exchange. You see what I'm saying? And then
I
it's
see what you're
like
saying on that. That's
I can work with it versus here you go, here you go. That's just like what we do right now out in town. Here you go. You're doing bad. Here you go. Here's you can go to mental health for free. You can go to get your health care for free. You can go, get this housing for free. There you go. But what do you get in return?
it's not that easy. It's not that
I know they
easy.
try to put a system together,
Yeah,
but people abuse the system,
yeah,
and we know this.
right.
We know that
Yeah,
they
yeah.
abuse the system. So that's what I'm saying. Like the people that are abusing the system, that are not on it, just to get to catapult them to doing their own. Some just stay on it and do as little as possible to get it, to stay on it. So
Well,
that's what I'm saying. Like I would say, just like
I get you.
you said yes, give it to them no matter what. I say, hey, is let's have a system in place. I know it's prison reform or whatever, but
Mhm.
let's have a system in place where the government, if we're going to spend some money, let's get something out of this. I would say get something out of it. But if you're just saying just hand them the money and the funds to
Well,
have the mental health, the
what they
whatever,
needed.
yeah.
We can't even exclude mental health.
I
You're
ain't
talking
saying
about in the
exclude it.
prison.
I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah,
saying,
yeah.
if I'm
Because
giving you $1 billion for this particular place, what do I get out of it? Other than yes, I'm paying for your food, I'm paying for your housing, I'm paying for the medical assistance and all of that. I'm paying all those people to help you do that, and the people to teach you the trade. So what do I get out of it?
right,
I need you to build
right.
me something. I need you to do
Now,
something.
well, now are we gonna try to bring back the chain gang or whatever, Kane? Are you going back to that aspect?
But that's the
And see,
trade
I'm
off.
not
That's the trade off.
yeah, a trade off too. I know they do work in certain prisons, and they pay them maybe $1 an hour or
Hmm.
something like that.
Hmm.
Very cheap labor
Yeah,
for things that we utilize,
yeah,
that
yeah,
the state
yeah,
utilizes. So that is a somewhat of a trade off.
yeah,
But the programs that saying, okay, these ladies and men, okay, we have a program. Do you want to get your GED? Some people will sign up for it.
yeah. I know they will.
Let's get the GED,
I know. Yeah, but we
and
got to pay
then
the teacher to teach. So yeah, I get it.
yes,
I get
well,
it.
it's money allocated for the
Yeah,
prisons anyway,
yeah, yeah,
Kane.
yeah.
So we got to get out of that now.
Yeah, I know it's money allocated,
But
but let's put it to use. What are we benefiting
yes,
from besides rehabilitation for them? Because it may not work for them, but at least we got something for giving the allocated money to them. You know what I'm saying?
that's a
Or no?
pretty
Or
good
you disagree?
capitalistic way of
Yeah,
thinking
yeah,
on that.
but
Yeah,
I mean,
I see,
but because if we keep giving them money, and then we get nothing out of it, but we're not producing anything from it, right? We're not producing.
mhm.
Not all. I mean, some people we will get, and they will produce. They will go on to be
Yes,
great citizens and have their careers or whatever, right?
yes,
But there's a
yes,
lot that go through the same steps that
yeah,
the other person did, but didn't do what they were supposed to do, or they do it, get out, and then come right back for something else.
yeah.
You see what I'm
Oh yeah,
saying? Like that happens a lot too. So then,
it
like
is.
then,
That
then
is.
we invested all this to help them out to get them ready for society, and then they're right back
Well, this I think interesting topic,
in. Yeah,
interesting
yeah,
topic, and people put what you would think. Uh, what could you come up with as far as the rehabilitation of prisoners?
yes,
Are you for it or are you against it?
yeah. I mean,
Um,
what do you think that? I mean, there's a lot of different parts of it, And people probably
Yeah.
will put in the chat, not in the chat, I'm sorry, the comment section, the different parts of the reform or whatever. But we're just focusing on this portion. Not the,
Well,
they'll run off and say, oh, we got people that are locked up for this reason, but this is, I get it. And then you got to have
okay.
thousands and thousands of people to sift through these cases and actually do this. You would have to, fund that to actually
And if
know
you was
who's in
if you
there
was
wrongfully accused and all this other stuff, right? And, you got to have
and
enough staff to do this. It costs money.
and
And
I
it's going to
just
be
go
time
final thoughts.
consuming. Go ahead.
Final thoughts.
Yeah.
I am for the continued trying to rehabilitate these individuals that's locked up, and anyone that listens to us that might have went through a period where they were locked up, put it in the chat. Tell your story,
Yeah.
or in the comments section. All right.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
that's it for me.
yeah. You hear what I said. I mean, it still feel the same. If we're gonna do it, what's the trade off or whatever for it? And I have no problem with rehabilitating the inmate, but what do we get for it? Because
Okay.
that's what we continue to do. And
Hey, y'all, sound like Kane.
hey, look, that's the uncomfortable truth. Hey,
Yes, it is. Let's go.
hey,
Roger that.
man.
Mm.
If you don't want to see us, but you want to just listen to us, we on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Amazon, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Google Podcast, all of them.